it's Di here from Diane. Last week I showed you a card, which I've just got here so I can show you, that I made for my niece for her engagement, along with a card that was made from the precision paper, and then the same card again as the man's card, and they're the pleat cards. This week I'm going to carry on the project because I made a money holder for my niece. Let's pop them out of the way, which I will show you holds a $50 note. And I love Australia's new $50 notes, or notes in general, because they have braille marks on them, which is really great for the vision impaired people. So one is a $5 note, one dot, two is a $10 note, three is a 20, 4 is a 50, and 5 is a 100. Not that I see very many hundreds these days. So this is what we're going to make this week. It's a beautiful little money holder, and this one I made the same. So we're going to make this again, and we're going to carry on the theme. I'm going to use the same sets as I did last week. I'm going to use this clubhouse set with the same stamp, this one here, and I'm going to use the same ribbon for my project and the same enamel dots, along with the same everything colouring. Okay, so this is our pieces we need for this week's project. Now our money holder piece, this measures 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and this is in garden green. We're going to need a layer in white that measures 6 3/4 by 3 inches, and a layer to go on the top of that that measures 2 3/4 by 6.5. And again we've got our they're golf buggies. So, and then for the inside of it we got another piece that measures 1 3/4 by 6 3/4, and another piece of designer series paper that measures 6.5 by 1.5. Now we're going to use a 2-inch circle and a 1 3/4 inch circle again, and another golf ball on a tee. Now I will stamp another one. I still got last week sitting here, so because I actually cut out 2 when I did my original thing. Okay, so I dropped one on the floor. So I will go through that again with you. So we'll do that first up because that's the easy part. So using my memento, we actually used the golf ball on the tee, and we stamped him in the memento ink, and then we coloured him the T in dark daffodil delight. And I know these are next to each other, but that's alright. Mama will love me, she'll go, wow, more for me. And then we're using the light old olive to do the blades of grass. And all around the edges here. And then I just use my dark old olive on the thin side as well, just to put a bit of shadowing around the edges. And that's it. That's all there is. And we use the die out of here which fits beautifully, whoops, over there, to cut it out. So let's pop these away. I haven't put the other stamp sets away yet either. They're still sitting on the blocks. That's because I'm actually filming this about 2 hours after I filmed the last one. But they will be on week after, one after the other. Okay, so let's get my pieces in, and we're going to score our main piece on the long side, which is the 8.5 inch side. We're going to score this at 2 inches. And 5 1/4 inches. Now that's all the scoring we're going to do. So we're going to then fold and burnish these score lines, and they both fold into the middle because one fits over the top of the other. Now if you would like to use that as a card with your money in it, that's fine, you can do that, there's not a problem. It would look just as good, but we're not going to do that today. I'm going to use my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to eyeball this, and I'm just going to punch a bit of a piece out. Oops, that bit went on the floor, of the bottom there. And then I'm going to glue, and I think I'll put the green on the front of this one. Glue these two pieces together, which is the 6 3/4 by 1 3/4, along with the 6 1/2 by 1 1/2 piece of designer series paper. And then I'm going to glue those two pieces onto the front. Well, it's actually really not the front, it's the inside part of this pouch, which is the small 2-inch section. So we're going to pop that onto the front here. And once we've done that, we're going to bring our 1 3/4 inch punch in again, and we're going to line that up where we punched out the last one, and just quite hardly. I don't like this punch. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use some scissors to cut around there. That punch seems to be just a little bit hard to get through some of the stuff. So I'm going to just trim it around and see if I can't get in there and do it just to finish it off. There we go, that looks better. That looks okay. Okay, so, oh, excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. I've got to just scratch my nose. With our other pieces, what we're going to do with this piece, we are going to pop it into our trimmer, and we're going to cut along the long side. We're going to cut this at the 2-inch mark. I reckon I might cut it at the 2.5-inch mark actually this time. And I'm going to cut that off. But we're not going to discard it. What we're going to do is we're going to glue these onto the front of our card like so. So we want to make sure that they're nice and even on all 4 sides. So we'll pop that on there like that, and let's pop this one off. And we can make sure we hold that one in place while we butt that up against the other one. That way we know that it's nice and even. Once we've done that, we can turn it around, and we can then pop some glue onto the back of the other one. And we can then butt that up against this one, making sure that it lines up here and here, and it will be beautiful, just like a bought one, as my mum would always say. So that is going to be our part, and then we're going to do the same as we did last time. We're going to pop some ribbon onto our card at the join. If we put it at the join, it makes it a lot easier to go past it. And we'll cut that off. Oh, I need to lengthen that a little bit, I think. Pop that out of the way. And if we're happy with the way it is, which it looks actually quite good, I'm really quite happy with that, we'll pop that onto our long section. So not the middle section, the other end. Now, making sure, if you are going to have it like this, that you've got your golf buggies or your directional paper facing the correct way. Don't have it upside down, or else it will look quite silly. And let's pop that onto the front of our card. And that looks just absolutely gorgeous like that. So now we're going to, I'm going to use some red liner tape, only because it's very strong. So if you've got some strong wet glue, or you can use that, but I like the red liner tape for the fact that it's very strong. I don't like the fact that it's not environmentally friendly, because the piece that you pull off is plastic and it doesn't disintegrate. It takes something like 900 years for plastic to, you know, degrade. So, and I think there'd have to be a better way than that plastic, which also sticks to you like crazy as well. But it is a really good tape other than that. So let's pop them in the bin if they come off my fingers. And we shall close this over, and we can then push that down nice and hard on the sides, and we have our holder. So I have cut out, once again I have cut out a 2-inch circle with my 2-inch trusty circle punch, and a 1 3/4 inch circle with my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I've done my golf ball on the tee in the grass. So I'm going to then glue my white piece to my green piece of card. Oh, green piece. And you were just talking about things like that. And we're going to pop this up onto some dimensions. And we're going to pop that over the green area just here, but I'm not going to go right over. So I've actually got a bit of an idea. Just hang with me for 5 seconds while I just go and get something. If I can find it. Sorry about that, but I just had a bit of a epiphany, as they say. And I have the twine that goes with this golf set here, and I just thought what I might do is I might just put a bit of twine over the ribbon. So I might just cut off a piece of this twine, and I'm going to just thread it through this ribbon here. Oh dear, I can't do that. It's upside down or too far away, whatever. Oh, come on. Go. It doesn't want to go under there. There we go. So I'll just pop that around there, and I'm going to tie it around here into a bit of a bow. Come on. I can't even tie a bow today. That looks very manly. It's a very manly kind of bow. There we go. And then we're going to pop, let's see if I can make that nice and straight again. That's it. We're going to pop this on up onto dimensions. So we'll pop this up onto one big one and one small one, and pop that onto the front of our circle. Actually, yeah, now we'll pop it on the front of our circle because we don't need anything else on there. And we're going to pop a couple of these enamel dots on here. So let's pop one of these large ones over here, a medium one here, and a small one just there. And I think that looks just perfect. I don't think it needs anything else to go with it. We know if you're sending that with that it's a happy birthday. We don't need to do any more with it. And it will hold up to the 100 Australian dollar note. We don't have an Australian dollar, $100 coin. We have enough coins in our purses already without $100 coins. That would be awful. And that's our project for this week. as I say, if you would like any of these items from the golf set or the other sets that we've done these cards in, which is these ones here, which is the heartfelt and the Parisian papers, I'd love to be able to help you. So if you live in Australia, please give me a call, email or PM, or if you prefer to shop online, you're welcome to shop online. When it asks for your demonstrator, please put my name in, which is Diane, and you'll find that information down the bottom anyway. And I hope you've enjoyed this week's project, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.